I'm not so sure I'm crazy about this. This is classic NIG color, and I just tweaked that. Okay. So there's something special about reviewing a 4 or 5 year old product in that there's no chance of me making any money off this, and I don't really want to. I think that sometimes we need to look back at products that have been made already before we're looking at the new products. Now this is a wireless follow focus controller for the follow focus I have on this camera right now. This is a manual focus lens. It's actually the Metacon 85mm f1.2 lens. Now I'm using a monitor here so I can see focus peaking looks pretty much on my eyes here. And like most follow focuses, this is allowing you to set points. What's really nice about this one is it lets you set 4 points. And actually you can get away with 6 points, though this is a little bit finicky sometimes. It doesn't always do exactly what you want it to do, but for the most part it does. The way you could do 6 points, I'm not going to do it because I've done it before, but I was having a little bit of trouble today, and I'm just... But is you set the endpoints, the furthest endpoints to your points that you would like. For example, if you would like infinity, or maybe, you know, something short of infinity, you set that as your furthest point, and then, you know, you set the closest point that you would like to focus at. Now, I have actually, let's see if this will go, should go to the closest focus point. So right here, if I just flip the wheel all the way, that's what it's going to be. Now, to show you here, I'm going to come back. Actually, turn down the strength on this motor. The other things, I'll try and go through these off the top of my head real quick. Some little nice quirks and nice things on this unit. This is the Pilotfly Focus one. I didn't say the name yet. I think I did review this like 3 or 4 years ago. I don't know if that's still up on my channel or not, but anyways, it's a nice little unit. It really is. I'll try and talk about the quirks in a second here. Let's say positive first, though. Okay, so let's say, here we go. I'm on my eyes now. I actually want to set this as a point. I'll flip it back again to the far end here. So just show you. So we have these little arrows. Each one of those arrows is a waypoint or a endpoint, whatever you want to call it, that you can set to. I know there's a Hollywood term. I just can't think of it right now. Your rack focus points. Let's say that's what it is, maybe. And I know there's a little wiggle. It's how I have it mounted right now. If you mount it perfectly, it won't do that. Though I do think all follow focus units should have 2 mounting points for 2 rails. Makes sense, right? Because otherwise you're torquing from just one rail. Of course there's going to be some play. You create 2 mount points, just like most things that mount onto a rig. Yeah, like most follow focuses that are I don't know why all these little electronic follow focuses only mount by 1 point. Weight savings, I guess, but I would much rather have a solid mounting point. Anyways, we're going to set this point. Okay, let's get it a little bit perfectly, I hope, on my pupils here. And we're going to set that as point A. Now, it does seem that if you go out of sequence, like this is A, and I believe this is B, C, D, clockwise. If you go out of sequence, it sometimes gets weird. And like, in other words, if I set this one as the A point, or it wouldn't be the A point, it would be like the D point. Maybe, yeah, I think so. And then I went to an A point or whatever. Anyways, it works, but then you hit these little weird quirks where suddenly it either doesn't work right, or you find yourself deleting your points, which is pretty simple. You just hold the button for a little bit long and it'll delete it, which you can do by accident. So you gotta be aware of that. And this is a small little tiny wheel with the center button goes to like the calibrate modes, motor modes, all that stuff. It's really easy to get into the wrong mode. You gotta be really careful. And this has loosened over time. I'm actually going to do this after this video. I thought, you know, I might do it before the video, but I thought I don't want to take a chance of effing it up before the video, but I'm going to get in there. I'm going to try and dampen it with something, put some material in there maybe, so that it doesn't get out of place, and maybe a little bit more positive response. Because right now it's one of the weak points is that it just never felt great, but over time it's just, I mean, it's been in a closet. I haven't used this for basically 2 years. It's amazing that it's still working. But anyways, so there we go. So now we have a point. We're going to go, again, just to show you, I'm going to rack to the furthest point, which would be, your product display point. This lens it doesn't focus remarkably close. I'm about 1 meter and some change away, maybe 1.5 meters from this lens. And yeah, but it's a portrait lens, and that's fairly typical. So then, now I'm just going to push my A point, and it should, knock on wood, rack to my eyes. There we go. See? Pretty nice, right? So then, let's say we want to create a point. No, the other way. Houston, we have a problem. So yeah, this is, oh, there we go. I was going the wrong way. My bad. So we're going to go back to, you see there's a camera right behind my ear. Oh. This is why you don't turn everything off before you start a video. So what's happened here, apparently, is my calibration has fallen off. So rather than show you how, because I'm not going to do the little filming this up close. But basically I have to go through the calibration here and get it back to infinity. And just a second. Okay, so it's now calibrated basically to go even past infinity. It was just the quicker way to do this. Now, because of that, I had to reset my eye point. It should be more or less there. I just scooted my chair, so there we go. So yeah, now we're gonna hopefully, with some success, we're hopefully going to have a little bit more success now. We're gonna set the. I keep going the wrong way. No, I don't. There we go. This is mostly user error right now. So there we go. We're creeping up on it. I'm going to try and get right to where the Olympus trademark is in focus there. And we'll set that as focus point B. Very carefully. This one, by the way, is really, I can't really show you because they're the wrong focus. It's really hard, the B point, to get your finger in there, especially if you have big fingers like me. I think I just knocked it off a little bit. Okay. There we go. I believe that should be there. And it's calling that focus point B, so maybe it goes counterclock, or C, excuse me. So maybe it goes counterclockwise. So maybe you can experience some of that wonkiness I was talking about. We'll go back to focus A, focus point A, which will be my eyes. Okay. And then we'll click on C, which is the camera. Now, what's going to happen here, though, I think likely, is let's say I'm going to do focus point D as that minimal focus distance. So we'll actually just, so here's that, right? We're going to just back it off just a hair. Okay. And we'll set that as what should be, excuse me, D, right? Oh. So what happened here? It did set a focus point. Well, let me show you real quickly. I have my A point, but my C point, which I meant to be my B point. Okay. This is where it's weird, and I honestly just don't understand it sometimes, because it looked like it deleted that point. It disappeared, but it's still there. Let's see if the point that I just set, though, that minimal focus distance, is still there. No, it's not. So it swapped them. So, or simply didn't set that point because of that. So that is really interesting, because now A is this, but it is now calling that second position, which is where it was before, B rather than C. Why? I have no idea. It's a funky little thing sometimes. The thing is, the more I play with it, anytime, the more I play with this, the more I do start to figure out the little quirks. It is not as bad as it seems. and you can get predictable results. But then it does stuff like that, which it was doing on me earlier. I think that's because I just nudged it, but I'm not sure. I think it was doing this earlier. It might also be I'm not giving enough power right now. So we're going to get through this, though, for your sake and mine. I'm not giving up. We're going. We're going. So what I would like to do is go back to... We're just going to set it right there. This is our minimum focus distance. We're going to see if we press that same one, what will happen. There we go. Now it gave us C, but it's out of order. It's BAC instead of ABC. So let's see what happens. We'll go to A, my beautiful face here. Okay. We'll go to B, which should be back there. And then we'll go to C, which should be somewhere around there. Yep. So we got 3 points now. Now let's say we have, one more point we would like to do. What would that point be, perhaps? Let's just say we would like the extra point to be the box for my little newer microphone. It's probably pretty filthy. Let's at least fold it and make it look a little bit nicer. This, by the way, was a thrift store find. Basically new in the box little mic. Honestly, I'm the type of person, when I shop around, I take way too long. So sometimes I just say, you know what? I always say newer. I'm saying newer. I don't care. I'm sorry. You're not making me say newer ever again. Okay, so anyways, you can see how much I paid for it there. It's a pretty good price, I thought, and especially just kind of that thing, like I literally bought it and used it at the same time. So what we're going to do, that's my point here. We're going to back it up. We're going to say, okay, well, we want to show this with a little bit of depth or dynamics. We're going to bring the focus point back to the box right here. Okay? So let's see if we can get, I'm covering my mouth from the mic. Let's see if we can get a focus point, hocus pocus point D right here. And it erased my A point, or at least it looked like it did. Let's see what actually really happened. Let's try to go to A. Nope, A is gone this time. Let's go to, what was that? That's supposed to be B. Okay, B, that I double clicked. Okay, B is still there, and it does show it. C, which would be this point here, is there. Wait a second. Yeah. So, excuse me. Yeah, D is nothing. So we'll try it one more time. We'll see if we can get D. So that's... Oh, wait a second. Was that D? No, we're back. Really? I'm just going to let it be what this is. This is a video of a product not doing exactly what I'd like to do. Everybody can talk shit about the product in the comments. I don't care. We're going to try set... Oh, no. We don't want to do... Ha, 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 ha. That's it right there. Okay. Newer. That's going to erase a point, and we're going to put it back in. Okay. Now let's see. Do we have A? No. Do we have B? Yes. Back there. Do we have C? Yes. And I believe we're going to have D, which is going to be somewhere around here. Somewhere around here. Okay, we got D. And then we can probably put A back in. But it might delete something else. It gave me A. So let's see if these all work now. Okay, so here's A. And B. Come on, B. I see you there. B. Okay. So far, so good. C, somewhere around here. Right there. And D, somewhere around whatever, there. Okay, racking between C and D. Let's turn around the product side. Oh, let's try to do that one more time. Okay, and obviously it's better if you have somebody else, a dedicated focus puller, doing this. I just pushed the wrong one. Or did I? Okay. This should go back to... See, now why is it going back there? Don't make no sense, do it. Likely what happened... we're gonna, you know what, damn it. We're going to delete every point and we're going to reset them going counterclockwise and see if that just fixes everything. Hang with me. This is going to be the quick little, This is going to be a quick little video to blow off some steam before my real GFX 102 video. I did accept the risk, though. I knew there might be some problems with this because it is funky. Come on, delete that point. Come on. So, yeah, this is, I think something, though, a lot of YouTubers just don't keep in their videos is that things don't always go so smoothly. It's very easy to make a product look good. And I know I can't talk right now. It's very easy to make a product look good, but to make a product look like it really is. So before I set these points again, let me just tell you a little bit why actually I didn't do more reviews with this product initially. I'll say I did have some health problems at the time, which made everything very difficult, and that's kind of why, like, as I was very new to YouTube and starting out, actually at a time like. If I kept going, yeah, most people that were starting at the same time as me, like that, I was kind of like, oh, my peers sort of, they're doing pretty well. But I had some very serious health problems, which I might be talking about in the near future. And then with this unit specifically, though, health problems aside, what happened, I don't know if you know, so this is Pilotfly, which is now split into two companies that are PFY, how'd they get the name, and Pilotfly. Basically what it is, and I PFY and Pilotfly, do not comment in my section below. I will delete your comments. If you want to get squibby with me, bring it on. But look, I have nothing against either of you, but just telling the truth of what happened here is basically, from what I could see, they were partner business. One was in Germany, one was in Taiwan. One was responsible for manufacture, one was responsible for design. But there seemed to be some crossover, and let's just say I don't know who was what, but they disagreed and they broke up and they split businesses. When they did that, though, what bothered me was in my review and somewhere else too. I saw it several places, but they were basically bickering with each other publicly and kind of posting in my, anyways. And I believe I deleted their stuff, but I was just like, yeah, that's, I am not the most professional person, if you guys can't tell. It's not that I'm not professional, it's just that I don't give an, like, I think that we all worry too much about, social appearances and stuff, but these are two companies, competing for the same products. They basically produced the exact same products afterwards, saying they're different. And okay, they're different, guys, I know, because that's where you guys are going to want to say in the comments below, whatever. Okay, they're different products, very similar, but different products that share the same firmware. Maybe they're different now, I don't know. I haven't looked in a while, but anyways, it made it difficult for me to like do things like updating firmware, because like, oh, which one? I was like kind of worried one might like sabotage it. But anyways, that's the bottom line. Pilotfly, you know, they're still around. PFY is still around as far as last time I checked. Anyways, I'm not going to promote either one of them. They both make a little bit of their own products now, I think, but there is still some crossover. So anyways, but I liked this unit. I really did like this unit. I saw where it could be improved. Like I said, the buttons, and then these are the hard stops. There's only one left on here, which actually I had to borrow from a mechanical follow focus, because I lost both of them right away, and I let them know, and they did send me 2 new ones. I think I had to pay for them. I can't remember for sure. Regardless, I got them. They fell off so easily. These little screws it's not the screw's fault. It's the holes are too big, and they just come out really easily. Plus, they're really flimsy. This whole ridge here with the with the hard stops is really flimsy. Not flimsy, but the thickness is wrong. It should be thicker, and they should be they should be like on a rail, like bearings on a rail almost, and they're not. They just flop around if you loosen them, and it's just wonky. And yeah, that is the thing. The actual unit itself on the camera is very rugged. I've definitely put it through some abuse, and it's still there. I've tried forever to figure out how to get a dual rail system on there, and there are ways I could do that if I really want to go to town, but everyone should be doing that. Okay, so that's basically, that's a little bit of the backstory here. We're going to try one more time. Let's set these points, okay? We're on my eyes. Let's just double check, okay? We know that was point A was straight up. And another thing, let me go real quickly, though, to some of the other functions here. You can reverse this. So if you want this to be up, you can reverse the LCD screen or flip it upside down, which is nice. You can adjust the motor torque. There's 3 different settings for it. Torque, I know what the word is. It's just my mouth. I've been in Japan too long, not speaking English, and my mouth doesn't work like it used to for English. But so yeah, and then you can adjust the speed of the motors. I believe the intensity is the wrong word, but kind of how quickly they go in and out of their following. And you can also, I didn't even know actually, today I just saw it for the first time, you can adjust the radio strength, and I just put it on weak and it's working just as well. But all the quirks, trust me, that's not related to that. But yeah, which is nice, because I hate holding, this is 2.4 gigahertz, which is supposed to be one of the safest radio signals, but in general, you know, I like to not, like, I don't really like having a phone. And people who think, oh, whatever, phones are safe. Let me tell you something, okay, real quick. My drones, when I used the video transmitters, they're 5.8 Gs. A couple times I was working on drones on my lap, and that I forgot that I left those on. A very sensitive part of me, spherical, there are a couple, anyways, I felt very clearly, boom, 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 pain as the pulse. Anyways, it was very clearly from the 5.8 gigahertz signal, radio signal, and oh my god, think about anyone who doesn't, because like a lot of people, I don't feel anything. Maybe they don't. Maybe I'm just more sensitive to that. But holy shit, if you got a drone on your lap with that going, you know, daily, if you're a drone, oh my god, so yeah. That's you know, I know it seems like a little rants, but I'm like, people need to know this shit, because I can't believe how much propaganda is out there to like make you believe that 5Gs is safe for your body. Fuck no. Fuck no. I'm sorry. Fuck no. Okay. So I'm probably digging my YouTube grave right here, but I don't care. Okay, so we're going to set the points. Okay, this is A. Here we go. A. Okay. Now we're going to go counterclockwise for the next one. And you know what? Just to change it up, let's make B this time the minimum focus distance. I'll back it off just a little bit so it doesn't hit that. Hopefully it doesn't wobble next time. Okay, B. Okay. So it's interesting because it does A in the kind of center and then B to the side, leaving space for the letters to the left and right. But it doesn't just have 4 spaces for letters. This is maybe like originally they planned on doing more. Let me come back to you for a second. Maybe originally like this was designed, or maybe there is even a way to get more waypoints in there, because sometimes it like almost layers the letters on top of each other. It happened in this earlier test where it didn't go well, where suddenly A and B were like touching each other. The line, they were sharing a line. No, I'm not gonna say it. Okay. Anyways, all right. So here we go. There's B now. No, I don't do that. No, I don't do that. Okay, so what am I trying to go? I'll go back to the. Let's go back to the Olympus. OM. That is the original, by the way. Not the original. That's the. We'll call it the prosumer version. It was the OM. There was the OM, or was the OM1? I believe it was the OM1, and this is the OM10. The OM10 was just a little bit more user-friendly version of film camera here. It's a really nice camera. It is user-friendly, and the photos are amazing. I mean, it's 35mm film. It gives all this digital stuff we're doing a very, very serious run for its money. Those words made sense, I think. Okay, here we go. C. Okay, so put C on the other side of A, though. It is spacing them now, so let's see if we can get it. Let's see if we can get D. You know what I'll do is I'll just make D where my hands are right now. So we'll have 2 little, I don't have to worry about that box. Okay, so let's go back. Okay, so that's the furthest, right about there. Okay, A, B, C, D. It's not given. Oh, it gave it to me, but then it did, in fact, put it in the weird little spot in between the A and the B. Let's see if it works. Okay, A to me. Okay, A is to me. That worked. B, what was B? Do you guys remember? Oh, B was up here. Come on. Yep, that worked. That was just too far forward. Okay, and B should be all the way back yonder. C. Yay. And then D should be here basically in my hands. Yatta. In Japanese, that means yay, basically. Or woohoo. Woohoo. Let's do it one more time, all right? So here's where it gets fun, right? Though, like, you can do this kind of stuff. Like, hey, I'm Todd here with Film-Studio-Taku-in-Japan. Got a brand new product that's not brand new at all. Look at this. It's the Pilotfly Focus 1. Wow, amazing. And I'm total hipster, but I'm not going to say it. I'm just going to say, oh, oops, I accidentally focused back to my OM10 film camera. Damn it, it didn't work. I knew I was talking smack. There we go. I don't know why. Sometimes I press it and it goes half, but anyways, I pressed it again. There we go. It's all the way back. Maybe there's a half press. Maybe there's some little, like, perk that I don't know about that it can actually do half distance. Probably not. And there, I'm not sure what it's going right there. I guess I accidentally, I gotta work. I think a lot of the problems where it suddenly decides to go on its own is just that things are not quite connected right in here. The pad is, it needs some padding in the pad. So that's one more test. Eyes. We'll go back to the furthest point. Boom. No, come on. Let's go back. I'm not gonna do it unless you do it right. You gotta do it right. Okay. Eyes. OM10. Product. Product. I think the best way to do this is put a line, like I'm going to put this little box on my desk where that line should be. So right about there. There right there. Okay, a little bit more forward. Okay, right about there. Okay, and what was that on my hands? Okay, my hands. My Mr. Burns hands. Excellent. Excellent. That was Mr. Burns. Excellent. Release the hounds. I don't know if that sounds good. A little side story about me while I'm ready closing this out. My father grew up in Beverly Hills. I did not. My father did. And among things like seeing John F. Kennedy in person, his best friend, one of his best friends' father was the voice of virtually all the Hanna-Barbera characters. Yogi Bear, the Flintstones, Jetsons. Most of the characters were one person named Doss Butler. And I believe I met him when I was a baby. I remember going to visit his widow after he passed away. But he's a really, really nice guy. He he had like workshop in his backyard. He had a home studio. I mean, anyways, my father and his friends, they used to play around on the equipment. Doss used to test characters out on them, because who better to test characters on than little kids? So it shouldn't be, I'm just going back and forth here, but it shouldn't be, but my Fuji battery looks low. I have it plugged into USB power. I'm not sure why that is, so we're going to cut this now. Anyways, that's it. It turned out way longer than I expected. I'm posting. I don't care. I'm going to try my best to polish these up in the near future, but I decided, you know what? Polished or not, you'll notice I'm putting some stuff out here. It's like, what's he posting? But yeah, I think I just have to get back in the groove here, and it'll get better as I go. So thank you for watching Film-Studio-Taku-in-Japan. Pilotfly Focus 1. I'd say you probably get these on the cheap, used every now and then. I think they still sell them new. It's like $330 or something like that when I bought it. Why are you doing that? But as you can see, there's probably better options out there. I would do your research. But these kinds of units are useful. If you have a manual focus lens, doing this kind of YouTube stuff, you can see where the potential's there. Get through the quirks, the potential is there. Even doing just manual focus, I'll just say this, like I'm fairly versed at doing this and, reading the peaking and saying, oh, okay, there's my Olympus, but I tend to go a lot slower. And I can turn up the speed of this and it'll just whip to these points. For cinematic stuff, you usually want those whips. Not always, but sometimes. Back to my hands. And back to the product. Pilotfly Focus 1. Send me some free gear and I will maybe say nice things about whichever one of you guys send me something. But don't get into a little flaming war with each other in my comments below, or I will just... Trust me. I am somebody who doesn't give a shit about lawsuits. Bring it on. Thanks for watching. Peace.